So here's the Hudson, and Bob's going to talk about how can we improve the brads on the trim.
The brads on here, you've got like 1, 2, 3, 4 of them along here, and they're not, because you're gluing these on, they're not a structural thing for those nails, so they don't have to be, the brads don't have to be near that big. It looks like these might be finishing nails, okay? This one's actually pretty good, but a lot of them we see are either sunken or they're still raised. You can feel them. What we're suggesting is that you, here's 3 different nail guns. This is the pinless, headless one. This is your brad gun. This is your finishing gun. I got a feeling that you're using a finishing gun, which is, like 3 different brads are here. That's a 16 gauge finishing nail, 18-inch brad gale, and the headless one is a 23. Often we'll just use the 23 pin on moldings like that so that you don't get any mark at all. I got a feeling that your guys are using the finishing ones. Either come down at least to a brad, or if it's not a structural type joint which you're making, the 23 gauge headless one works great. Comparison. These 2 are quarter cable. That one's a Pastille.
So this is a specific gun that you need to get that does the headless pins. It could be any brand, but this is the one that Bob happens to have.
That's just different sizes, you know, everything from, this is what, a 1 inch all the way, that's 1 inch, that's 3/4 inch.
So what would you use here?
1 3/8. Here, you only need about 3/4 inch. You could use 1 inch there. Depends how much, you know. If you're going through, say this is 3/8, well then I want it at least another 3/8, right? So you'd have 3/4 inch.
Okay.
Now when you're driving these, the tools all have adjustments on them for depth of drive, so you can make it go, you know, deeper or less. I tend to not use that adjustment. I tend to use the knob on coming from my air compressor, where I'll vary that until, I'll experiment on a couple sample pieces of wood until I get them just below the surface. And usually, you know, surround on a pinless, you don't have to have that much pressure, usually only about 60, 65 pounds.